What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. My family and I just got back from a little mini vacation we took in Central Texas. We went to Waco and I went through the Dr. Pepper Museum, something my wife has wanted me to do for a while now, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. That day, I think it was Thursday or Friday, it was Friday, and we were not willing to wait in line for the free Dr. Pepper you get. But I heard it's pretty good. I just, I don't have that kind of patience for soda. After that, we went to the silos and did the whole Magnolia thing, and my wife liked it. It was pretty fun. It was pretty social. I was enjoying it until I saw the price tags on some of the items,
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
and I promptly faked a heart attack to get my wife out of there. I know why those people are millionaires. That's insane. Thankfully, the most expensive thing we had to buy was a tank of gas, so I'm happy about that. But along the way, we stopped at plenty of pawn shops and video game stores and resale shops, and I was able to pick up a few fun, enjoyable finds, if you will. Not the best grouping of video games, but games I did not personally own, and I got them for relatively cheap. I mean, actually, dirt cheap is more appropriately, and I'm very happy. I will be playing these games at the end of this intro so you guys can see what they look like, but we're going to talk about them up front and just, hopefully you guys can enjoy them as much as I did. And I ended up picking up quite a few Atari 2600 games. I'm excited about that. But the first and foremost, the one I looked forward to the most was the Star Wars. Boop, boop, make sure you see that. The camera's right there. There you go. Star Wars. It's Return of the Jedi, the Death Star Battle. I did not own this game. I got it for about 12 bucks, loose on price charting. It's roughly 15, so I'm happy about that. It's a very fun game, probably the most fun out of this whole entire stack of games. After that, we got the game Freeway, which it's okay. It's like a Frogger ripoff. Little kids probably like it. I liked it the first time I played it. Literally the first round, and then it just got boring. I got Chopper Commander, and this is also a fun game, very nostalgic. A lot of people play this game, and to this day talk about it. I don't see it played much, but it is definitely talked about. Moving on, we got Sky Jinx, and this is not the best game. I'll show you why. Also, we got Moon Sweeper. This is another game where not the best. It's kind of cool because it has like these two different stages, but it's not that fun. I'd rather play Moon Patrol if we're going to focus on moon-themed games. I also got a game for the Magnavox Odyssey 2, even though I physically had this cart. This is a triple pack with Speedway, Spinout, and Crypto Logic. Crypto Logic is a terrible math game, so that really is unimportant. Speedway and Spinout are really the ones you want. And like I said, I already had this cart, but this thing I think was 4 bucks and it came complete with everything. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very happy whenever I can add a box and manual to my collection. I don't normally try to shop for manuals and boxes and all that madness. I just like getting the games as they are. But when you can get them for dirt cheap, I certainly don't pass that up. I also got a boxed version of Skiing for the Intellivision. I'm excited about that too, simply because the box is in very good shape. And I have a lot of Intellivision games. You can actually see them right there on the shelf. And most of the boxes are crap. And I've tried to put foam in them, tried to bring them back to life, but most of the time they've been beaten up. So this one's in pretty good condition. Last but not least, I got this game right here. And this is CFL Football 2 for the Tandy Color Computer number 3. Now, you're asking yourself, wow, that's so cool that he got that game. Is he able to play it on his Tandy computer, Color Computer number 3? The answer is no, I did not own one. But I think this was like $2, and there may come a day when I may own one, and why pass it up for 2 bucks? Heck yeah, why not? That's my position on most video games these days. I have a couple of games that go to systems that I don't own, but I don't pass them up. But I enjoyed that purchase. I think for all these games I paid 30 bucks, and it was quite the deal. I enjoy finding stashes like this. This was about, I think, 2 different stores had all this, It really makes my day. I'm not one of those guys that tries to get these massive lots and all that stuff. I just like popping in and out of resale shops and antique stores and just asking them if they have any games or electronics. And sometimes they will just say, "Oh yeah, I've got this little bin in the back and it's got 5 or 6 Atari games. I'll give them to them for a buck each." And I generally purchase them and I walk away happy. But with all that said, we're going to play these games so you can get a feel of what they're about and you can see if they're good or if they suck. A couple of them do in fact suck, but the majority of them are very good. Once again, I appreciate you guys coming to the channel. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this footage. First game is Chopper Command. In this game, you are a chopper and you need to shoot down all the enemy helicopters and planes in the air. Now, they can shoot back and some of their projectiles split and go various angles, but once you get the pattern out, it's pretty easy. If you look down at the bottom, you can see a radar and it shows the incoming enemy fighters, so that's pretty simple. Once you beat them all, you progress to the quote-unquote next level. It is a fun game, more of a time killer if anything. Next up is Freeway. Now this is a Frogger type game where you're a chicken trying to cross the freeway. Now by changing the difficulty level, the vehicles become bigger, they become faster, and they change up their pattern. Once you figure out the pattern, the game is pretty simple. You don't actually die like Frogger, you get sent back to the start. So that's enjoyable. This game is also much better played with a second player. This is Moon Sweeper. Now this game, you start out in space and you want to collide with either the blue or the green balls, and those actually take you down to the planet side where you try to rescue your buddies or you try to kill the enemy fighters. This game gets very redundant, but it is well worth the time and effort put in to get a high score. This game is called Sky Jinx. You are a plane and you need to navigate around the pylons. You got to stay to the right of the red ones and the left of the blue ones. Now, as long as you don't hit the trees or the hot air balloons, you don't slow down and you can get pretty good time. Changing the difficulty just adds more pylons and gives you more time. And that's really it. That's about all there is. My son enjoyed it. I did not. The first run was pretty fun, but after that it was just too repetitive even for me. Next up, we have Spin Out for the Magnavox Odyssey 2. Now, what you see is what you get. You race a car around the track as many times as the computer tells you to, and you try to get a good time. Much like the name implies, Everything makes you spin out. Going too fast, turning too quickly, hitting anything, and you spin out. This is not an enjoyable game. Play it once to say you've done it, and never speak of it again. This is skiing for the Intellivision. This game is a flaming pile of turd. It is terrible. You need to navigate your skier through the gates in a certain amount of time. You got to jump over the rocks and the other obstructions while avoiding the trees. It is a terrible game. I played it so you don't have to. I don't know. I mean, it was pure desperation and nothing else on the agenda when this game got released. So I would tell you to avoid this like the plague. And finally, we have Star Wars Return of the Jedi Death Star Battle. This is by far the most fun I've had in a video game in a long time. You need to wait for the force field to disappear and there to be an opening. And once you go through, you get sent to the Death Star. You have to avoid the green laser, all while chipping away and exposing the red power core and destroying it. This game is freaking tough. That laser is fast and it is brutal. I played this game probably for an hour straight and I loved every single second of it. Do yourself a favor and play this game. So that was it. Aside from the Tandy game, not being able to play it because I don't have a Tandy and I really can't emulate it that very well, I enjoyed most of them. I really enjoyed the Star Wars, the Death Star battle. That thing was pretty dang fun. And Moonsweeper, like I said, it's fun because you get from quote unquote space to the planet side and you can do all that. It gets old after a while. The freeway one, man, that thing really frustrated me when I realized there was nothing else to it. The same as the Skyjinks. They were probably really cool in the mid 80s, but these days ain't no one got time for that. Hope you guys enjoyed these games. I'm always on the lookout for good deals and crazy random purchases like this. And I think I'm going to try to keep making a series out of game hunting gone right. If you guys enjoy this, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, or subscribe. If you want to get a hold of me, go ahead and email me at retrobengaming@gmail.com. I appreciate it. Any kind of feedback is appreciated. You guys take a chance this week to play some video games. It doesn't have to be these, just any video games in general. As always, be good people, be good to those around you, and keep on gaming.